Hi everyone, Digga here, and on my usual search for obscure, weird, crazy toys, I found the DINOBROS Big Head Marine Rider 2-pack with the motorcycle, shark, and dolphin. Of course, I had to order it immediately. Let's get started. Can you dig it? I was looking up Street Sharks merchandise one day, as I usually end up doing every so often, and Amazon provided me this DINOBROS thing. And I'm thinking, what the heck is this? Apparently, this is an entire brand of creatures on motorcycles. There's a T-Rex and Triceratops set, along with a tiger and elephant. And apparently this company just makes a bunch of crazy pullback vehicles and stuff like that. So good to know. Let's take a look at the box, shall we? You have, in bold, the 2-pack Big Head Marine Rider friction-powered motorcycle. Almost straight out of Street Sharks, but not quite. We have a shark and a dolphin. On the left, you have the shark, push and go, friction-powered motorcycle. On the other side, you have a dolphin going, probably breaking the speed limit, not cool. On the back, you have these standard warnings in several different languages. And on the top, you have this cool little art piece right here with a sort of dynamic, like, da-dun! They're breaking out of the ocean. They're coming after you, doing crazy tricks, sick flips. I don't know. It's also ages 3+. If you're under the age of 3, these aren't toys for you, you see. Let's open this up. Here we have the Big Head Marine Riders out of the packaging, and wow, these are really nice. Look at those little motorcycles. Look at the sculpting. Look at how cool this is. They got style. They got sass. I mean, they're pretty hefty too. Like, they may feel light, but they're not cheaply made at all. And they do, in fact, roll very well. Check this out. Nice. First one rolling in is the shark. This shark is ferocious. He is road raging. He's coming after you. He's a pretty crazy dude. You could probably pop a few wheelies, go after you. Well, I guess technically the fin won't allow him to do a full wheelie like maybe the dolphin could do. But this is pretty good, right? You can have him go like, yeah. Cause a ruckus. This is actually a pretty high quality little figure. I was really surprised. I didn't expect there to be all this, proper shark texturing, and like there's even painted in gills. And, looking at the front of the shark, you'll see that the teeth are relatively nicely painted. There's a little bit of overlap, but, that's not a big deal. And he even has like the little bumpy, heavier ridging under the chin, which is hard to see because of the wheelie he's popping, but he's got like a, full-on ridging down here, and he's got these little, I don't know, what's the technical term for these, like shark folds? He's got some folding going on here. On the face itself, the eyes are very nicely painted. They're a good solid black. He's got a lot of personality, that's for sure. The nose has a little nostril indents. Very nice. Same on both sides. Not seeing too many issues with any sort of paint problems besides maybe a little bit of the mouth. Off to the side, still, going down to his fins and everything. It's very solid. I can't complain. There's just it's just a really nice rendition of a shark on a motorcycle, which is in and of itself also very nicely made. There's like a bunch of gunmetal coloring here, and it kind of shades into more of a like a pewter color, kind of a little bit of copper in there. I think you'll see that there's all sorts of the usual work inside of a motorcycle. I can't name all the parts, but metal patches and stuff to kind of show that maybe he's kind of been riding it rough. So maybe the motorcycle's been through a lot of scuffs and scuffles, and he's had to kind of bang it together. Also, my favorite part is that technically he's on training wheels. He's like supposed to be this big menacing shark, and he just rolls into town on a 4-wheel drive. And no one even questions it because he's just the king of the streets. Not much else down here. You'll see that it does have the friction pullback mechanism, as you saw a little bit earlier. It means you can push it in any direction, and it should give you enough friction to start moving. It's not like a pullback, so you don't just like pull it back and let it go. You have to just rev it up a bit and let him fly. It was a hit and run. He just knocked over the dolphin off frame. How dare you? Get back here. In terms of material, it seems like this guy is made out of a softer plastic, or maybe even a hard plastic and some rubber. There's a little flex at the fins, but for the most part, he seems pretty solid. The motorcycle itself, I believe, is some kind of plastic. It might just be pure plastic, really. I don't know what other material it could be made out of because they have to account for the friction speeding, and they didn't want to make it too top heavy, I suppose. So yeah, all in all, this guy was fantastic. And let's go and take a look at the Dolphin. He may not be a shark, but he's not an easy mark. It's the Dolphin on the streets with a porpoise. Wow. Look at the just the big bright blue coloring on this. Obviously the motorcycle is exactly the same, but you'll notice there's a very distinct difference between this guy and the shark. He's got the more realistic shading, and the Dolphin is more of a like a bright, vibrant sapphire. I don't know if that comes across perfectly on the camera, but man, he pops. He really shines, especially on this background. Like, it's just like a neon city thing going on here. Obviously, he's a different creature, so he's got different sculpting. He's got, you know, everything you can need from a dolphin. You got the blowhole at the very top. He's got the sort of indented, almost beluga-esque eyes. And actually, the closer I look, it seems like there's this actually, you know, jutting out a bit too, which is very impressive. You know, a lot of companies, when they're just making these kind of silly little toys, they'll just, you know, plop on a sticker or maybe just have a single dimensional eye. But this one's got depth. We've got eye depth confirmation for this partying porpoise. You'll see that even in the mouth, it has all of the teeth, and there's like a big don't stick your fingers in people's mouths, but you'll see you'll see that it's very, very deep in here. Even has all the top and the bottom teeth. He's got his tongue in there. You probably can't see it. I've adjusted the lighting for the dolphin's tongue. That's the weirdest thing I've said today. Okay, now that we've taken a close look at both of these guys, we have to have a proper revving match. Let's do it. You gotta get them wound up, and then let them loose. Whoa, okay. The freaking porpoise just actually did the wheelie, and the shark is unfazed because the shark's like, okay, I know I can't do that, but I'm not gonna be privy to your style, and I'm just gonna keep rolling. Or maybe he stopped to help out. Okay, now that I know the dolphin can pop a wheelie, we got to do a couple more of these. Whoa! This time he actually did get away. Maybe the other way will end without disaster. Let's have them face off this direction. Aw, they met up for a little hug. Having too much fun. Let's go. Oh, sweet! You know, it kind of seems like the shark is always going to win. Maybe because he's a bit heavier. I feel like we need to test a head-on collision for this. Whoa, okay, there was a tie. Okay, well, disproves my point entirely. These are fair matches. It just seems like the dolphin is able to do a wheelie and the shark's a little more resilient. Let's do a few quick fun shark figure comparisons. First, we have the Marvel Legends Jeff the Land Shark. Here's a 3.75-inch hammerhead figure. Here's a 5-inch Big Tooth, who's a cool shark dude that came from a 5-inch Hot Wheels set. Basically the closest we've had to a Street Shark modernized figure besides those Mattel Creations ones that are coming out. Here's a prize figure Reese from the Fate series. I know nothing about it except for the fact that this is apparently a dolphin that becomes a shark during a gacha event or something. I don't know. Fate is weird. I saw a cool shark. I bought it. And I'm going to bring in a personal old favorite of mine, Kamen Rider Abyss from Kamen Rider Decade. The metallic blue always gets me. Technically, he's a Ryuki rider, but he's only in the Decade series. I never understood that. That's a whole different tangent. Don't worry about that. Let's bring in some vehicles for good measure. You gotta have the good race, right? Starting off with Megalodon, one of my favorite Hot Wheels of all time. A smaller Megalodon. Here's a 2016 Jax Wario. Can't have a motorcycle race without him. And a bunch of smaller Hot Wheels. We got Waluigi. Same car, much smaller. Donkey Kong. Koopa Troopa. Dry Bones. A blue shell, a bigger blue shell, a paragliding Bowser, and just because I forgot to mention it, here's a big vinyl shark light I found at Target several years ago. Isn't he adorable? Marvel Legends 6-inch Frogman is also here, but, you know, he wasn't really invited to the party, so, sorry, bud. And that was the DINOBROS Big Head Marine Riders 2-pack, and I really enjoyed this. It's very cool, very high quality, pretty affordable too. I believe it was $12.99, and they usually always have a coupon of some kind on Amazon. I honestly can't fault any part of them, and they're weird, they're funky, I love them. A+. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.